Welcome back to the channel, folks. Donnie D back at you. So today I got a video for you telling you my complete story from where it all completely started for me. So if you want to know my whole story in detail from start to where I'm at now, stay tuned. Okay, so we're gonna go over everything. I'm gonna go over where I was born, where I grew up, all the things I've done in my life and where I'm at in my life and things like that. So hope you enjoy the video. Let's go. The year was 1984, Staten Island, New York. New York City, it's a borough of New York City. Born there, okay, my whole family on my father's side's from Staten Island. We lived there till I was about 5 years old. In about 1989, 1990, we moved to Edison, New Jersey. Okay, South Edison, New Jersey, right where the light bulb was made, not too far from there. It's pretty close to New York City. It's right over the outer bridge, maybe about 10-15 miles from there. So I pretty much grew up in Edison from 5 all the way till I was about 26. My father had his company there, and he went back and forth to Staten Island, New York for a long time because he had a lot of projects over there. He had his own general contracting carpentry business, and I worked for him for many years. So early days in my life, growing up in Edison, going to school, elementary school, I got Lyme's disease. It's one of the first people ever to actually have it. I have many problems because of it, but thank God I survived somehow, some way I did. The doctor said that there's no way that I could have made it somehow, some way. I survived the Lyme disease. Now, obviously, I have some problems because of it, but it goes to show you that I'm here for a reason, and I can get through a lot of things in my life and keep pushing forward. So that was that. That was in elementary school, and when I was around 10 years old, I started playing hockey. I did roller hockey for a few years, then I did ice hockey. I was a goalie. I loved doing that. And then I stopped playing around in my teens, and then by the time I was about 15, 16, I discovered paintball through a friend of mine in high school, and I played paintball for all the way from that time till I was about 22 years old, so about 14, 15, and 22. I went from just playing in the woods, having fun with everyone, all the way to going to playing national tournaments around the country. I played NPPL 7-man back when 7-man was still around, and I have X-Ball, but that's a long story. I love to play the game. I mean, we would practice every Sunday, then we go to tournaments that could be in San Diego, can be in Tampa Bay, can be in Denver, all over the place. We went to an event like every 6 weeks or so, and did that for about 3 years. And then I got to the point where I wasn't really having fun with it because it became like a job that I wasn't getting paid for it. It was still fun, but I had other things in life that I wanted to do, so I ended playing paintball around 22. I got into racing cars for a few years, so I had a Dodge Neon SRT4, if you know what one of those are. It was a 2005. I did a ton of work about it. What's cool about at that time in my life while I was doing racing cars and all that kind of stuff is that I knew nothing about auto mechanics before that, so I learned a tremendous amount about cars. I went from not knowing how to change oil to all the way to changing out clutches on my car. So dropping the transmission, changing the clutch, doing turbo. So I learned a tremendous amount on cars. That kind of faded away in my late 20s or so. It was about 25 where I came back to play paintball for about a year or two after about 3-4 year hiatus. And the field that I was playing at, one of the buddies I was playing with, he liked to go fishing. So, we would go fishing after practice, and that really got me back into fishing. And ever since then, since 2010 until now, until forever, I got into fishing. I grew up fishing the Delaware River, upstate New York. We would go camping there like every year or multiple times a year in the summer. I loved it. I loved fishing. But my father was never into fishing, so it pretty much died there, really never went anywhere else. And then when I had my buddy reintroduced to me to fishing when I was about 25, I really got back into it and just fell in love with it. And you know, I'm a hardcore bass fisherman. I love fishing, and for me, it's one thing that I've done in my life that I really haven't gotten tired of. Okay, it's always something that I look forward to doing to this day. So rewind a little bit. I met my wife when I was about 24. We dated for a few years. We got married at 27. Now we have two beautiful kids. I got a boy, 6 at the time right now, and my daughter, 3. They're my world, so family first, everything comes after that. So my world surrounds my family and then my business, so that's where that is at. Okay, so now I pretty much talked briefly about my personal life. I can go on for days for that, but really that's the main things. You know, right now at the time of recording this video, I am 36 years old. I've been in the construction field since I was 14, working for my father, so I've pretty much been around this my whole life. I've always done it. Found my passion in the early 2010s with tile. I did it many times with my father growing up, but we did everything. But now, since I found my passion, I really got into tile work, and I'm just doing, for my business, is just tile and bathrooms. That's all I do. Sure, I'll take on other work if people have it in their home, but usually I specialize that. That's how I market my businesses, you know, the service for my businesses. So that's that. We can bring it back to when me and my wife met. It was 2009, like I was saying earlier. I was 24, so we dated for 3 or 4 years, and then 2012 we got married. 2014 we had my son Landon. Best day of my life besides my daughter being born. It's nothing like, if you got kids you can relate. If you don't, when you have one day you'll see. It's so much pride, and really set me straight. Landon was 2014, my daughter Sakura 2018, and we don't plan to have any more children right now, but I love it. You know, I'd love to have more, but you know, there's only so much time in a day to really devote to more than 2 kids. You know, 3 would be nice, but more than that could get difficult in my opinion. But you know, kids are amazing. I love every minute of it. You know, I wouldn't change it for the world. So kids, really good thing, family. Okay, so I'm trying to, I should have wrote this down by then, so I'm pausing here and thinking about things I want to share with you guys. So I'm going to rewind a little bit because I skipped over a few things. So back to my personal life, another thing I've done for many years is exercise. So ever since I was about 12 or 13, I've been doing calisthenics, and then I got into weightlifting. Right out of high school, I got joined the gym, and I was lifting weights for all the way up to about 24, about 4 or 5 days a week. I loved it. I was up to about 200, 210 with about, you know, very small body fat percentage. I don't remember exactly, but I think it was around 7 or 8. I had to stop lifting, especially curls and things like that, because I got an injury with my shoulder from barbell benching. By coming too far back, it overextended one of my tendons in my shoulder, so I had to stop doing that. So I still do a little exercise here and there. I love to get back to weightlifting, but I just can't do exactly what I've done before. Then I've had another injury in my knee, actually, and that all started with ice hockey, being a goalie. Because when you're a goalie, everyone's trying to kill you to get the puck in the net. You know, I was, you know, no different. I got hit like crazy, and I had some pain back then, but nothing crazy. And one day I was doing something, I twisted, heard a pop. Eventually it just got to the point where I couldn't take the pain anymore, so I had a little bit of surgery on my knee, had a little bit of torn cartilage in there, so I had that removed. Thank God I did, because it was locking. My knee would like lock when I would extend it. I have to really push hard to extend it. It wouldn't go all the way away, but it would if I push hard. So I got the surgery, and now my knee works well. It does have some pain depending on the weather. Overall, I can get through it, and you know, I don't do tile work for a living now, but I'm still able to do everything just fine. I just have some pain from here to there, here and there. And I've also tried some PRP shots, and that stands for platelet-rich plasma. So I've had a few of those. I'm not really sure if it helped yet, but I'm probably going to get another one at some point, because I know, at least from my experience, I would not want to go for surgery again, because when you remove something that's supposed to be there, you know, you're going to have problems down the road. That's just my opinion anyway. But that's the injuries I pretty much have. You know, everyone has their pains and aches. I don't care what age you are. If you get a trauma this way or that way, you know, it's going to be a big deal. You know, another one thing I can mention when I had Lyme is I had plenty of problems from it. But the one thing, the main thing, which is crazy, is that no one in my family wears glasses. Me, from the Lyme disease, I've gone almost blind. Like, I wear contacts every day, and with them I can see 20/20, and I wear glasses, you know, at night. But without them, I can see about this far in front of my face, and then it's blurry, so it gets to be crazy. But that's that, you know. You get through the day, keep moving forward, right? Put the past behind and keep going forward. So that's that as far as I can think with my personal life. And then we're gonna go forward a little bit, and we're gonna talk about the business. Now, I did some tile with my father over the years, but I didn't know exactly everything about it. So back in 2012, 2013, I worked for a few companies. I got as much knowledge as I possibly could. And then you know, from 2012 to about 2015, I worked for a few companies. And then in 2016, you know, the end of 2015 into January 2016, I started the business here, which is Donnie D's Tile&Remodeling LLC out of Spotswood, New Jersey. And that's why I upload all the videos that I have on the channel here to try to help folks like yourself with their projects, or just be able to show everyone, you know, what I do and how I can help them with their project. You know, having a seamless install, a great experience, a contractor that actually answers the phone, right? Because there's so many contractors out there you call, they don't even answer the phone. Do they want to work or not? So we're not going to be one of those typical guys. You know, if we can't talk to, we're going to let you know, we're going to get back to. But that's that. You know, 2016, start the business. You know, it's been a roller coaster ride, to say the least. You know, it's not easy. Each year I'm getting better. I'm learning things about business. I'm trying to educate myself as much as possible with it. Do as much as I can to make sure that the client is served the best my abilities. And at the same time, make a living, you know. Because I got a family, I got a house, you know, single family home here. It's an older house, but done a ton of work on it. You know, I got bills like everyone else. So I'm trying to make an honest living, give a good product, give a good service to my clients. Go from there. That's pretty much my story, you know, from where it all started, where I was born to where I'm at now. You know, my whole story right now with my family, my business, you know, my hobbies, everything like that, my injuries, my health, things like that. So I believe that's all I got for today. I really appreciate you tuning this video. I know it's a little bit long, but I figured I'd just share with you guys all about me, Donnie D, you know, from start to end. That's me. So if you have any questions at all about your project, or just something you want to ask me about this video, put them in the comment section below. And I really appreciate you tuning in. Until the next time, Donnie D, signing off.